This video on developing the focus of your paper in conjunction with the next video, the second video in this module, developing an organizing statement for your paper, are designed to help you narrow down a rather large topic into a manageable topic for a research paper in your courses. I suggest a four-step approach to do that, and I'll take you through that actually in the next video. So the first step, as you have a large topic, is to brainstorm about the topic. I'll do that with you and with an example topic in just a moment. So your brainstorm, step 2 is to develop from that brainstorm key terms to search databases for evidence-based research. Absolutely critical as you're writing in an academic setting. Step 3, after you've done that, is to consult with one of our wonderful research librarians in the HSHS library, the Health Science and Human Services Library on campus. They're also available to you on the phone or via email, so you don't have to be in person, have to meet with them in person. And I'll have the website where you can schedule an appointment with any of the research librarians in the references or in the resources linked in this module. The next step is sort of like step 3A. As you're consulting with a research librarian, you might find you might have to refine, and most often you will, to refine the search terms for database search. What often happens, I find, is you come up with certain terms, and that might not be the terms used to classify the literature that you'll need. But again, a reference librarian is your #1 contact to assist you with that. And I promise you, as you do this frequently, which you will develop that skill and become very efficient with this. And then number 4 is, start reading the literature. This is really where you're going to start actually writing, and we'll talk about that in some of the other modules a little bit later as well. So 4 steps: brainstorm, key terms, consult with a librarian, read the literature. So let me take you to an example. The technique that I like to do for this 4-step approach to narrowing down the topic really centers on the brainstorm. And so my suggestion is to write the topic of your paper in the middle of an empty sheet, then writing down any other ideas, words, phrases, anything that comes to mind when thinking about this topic. Once you have a good number of things written down, I suggest you group them together. And the goal is really to come up with different aspects of the large topic to help you start looking for relevant evidence-based literature. And sometimes you might end up with 2 different tangents you might want to go. And that's also where literature search can help you make a decision about which topic gives you or yields more relevant evidence-based research literature. So here is my example of a brainstorm that I did. So you'll see I wrote down immunization in the middle right here. Oops, sorry about that. Let me go back. And then I wrote down all the things that came to my mind. I wrote down different types of vaccination, right, is connected with immunization. I wrote down different types of vaccines like polio, measles, flu vaccine, and so on. I also wrote down some of the things that I remember reading about, about anti-vax movement, thinking about poverty, that might impede immunization or vaccination rates. I'm thinking about nursing and what are the role of nurses within within immunization and patient education of patients, that it is a separate point as well. So again, kind of very random terms that I came up with. And as I did that, I stepped back a little bit and then started to group them in different groups. And this is what I came up with. So I had one group on vaccine types, one on people affected, different populations, other issues, possible negative issues, role of nurse, and the other issues here were just things that didn't fit neatly into these categories. And so seeing all of that, I then have to really ask myself, okay, what am I really interested in? And what I came up with is these 3 terms, or these 3 areas. I'm interested in the HPV vaccine, I'm interested in patient education, and I want to know what the role of nurses are within that. So those are the things that I'm interested in. So armed with that, I can go to a research librarian, and I copied and pasted here a screenshot of the appointment website from our library, and I highlighted the 2 librarians that are currently working specifically with nursing. So you can make appointments there with these folks The link is down here. Again, it's in your resources too. But you can also email these people individually. And chances are that as you're starting to take classes, either of those two librarians will probably work closely with you and your instructor in many of your classes as well.